Hi everyone, welcome to our Facebook Live. This is Melissa and I'm going to take Jenny into the screen as well. Hi Jenny.
Hello, hi all. Good evening all. Good evening, Melissa.
Hi Jenny. Welcome to our Facebook Live and today we are doing our monthly meet and greet. So it's good to see you, and if you're new to our Facebook Live, maybe I can share a little bit of what the Ladies Q is about. The Ladies Q is a lifestyle community across Asia that brings you ladies trends and happenings about beauty and wellness, food, fashion, travel, and parenting via a digital and offline platform. And of course, we're the founders of the Ladies Q, and it's good to interact and connect with you guys. And that's why we are here having the meet and greet session.
And we used to have this meet and greet in a face-to-face session since January. And right after that in February, I think because due to the COVID and we want the safety for all, we have actually successfully moved all our activities to online and via live stream.
Yes, that's right.
For that, thanks for all the support from the internal, external, and everyone, include Melissa.
Yes, and sorry about just now, the Facebook had a little bit of issue. I'm not sure why they said that our post couldn't go live. So we took a little bit of time to adjust to that problem, and thankfully we're still live right now. You can also find us on YouTube Live if you are not on Facebook. So yeah, we're happy to be here today, and we've got a really special speaker tonight, and we can't wait for her to share more.
Our first speaker is actually Michelle, and she's also our invited guest during our media launch. And so fast, how time flies, coming to a year.
Yeah. It's been almost a year when we had our media launch on October 25th. And also that was the first time that we met our guest speaker for today.
Yep.
So I just want to say a big thanks to Michelle for coming on board as our first meet and greet speaker. And today we have Hannah as our second meet and greet speaker as well. So don't forget to like and share tonight's Facebook Live if you like what you're hearing. And of course, if you are feeling that it's something that you want to spread the word out and you want to share that love, please click the like button, subscribe to our pages and also to our YouTube channel, and we'll give you more as we progress along the way.
Yes, thanks for all the audiences who have came on board with us now. Hi, Philip. Hi, Joey. Ladies Q team and Janice. We love more to come in and say hello to us or even have live chat with us. Under the comment section, you can actually chat with us.
Yes. So if you have any questions with regards to the topic today, stress management, if you're an introvert, how are you going to step out of your comfort zone? That's what we're going to talk today. And I think there's so much to learn because Hannah has been around in the media industry for more than 20 years. And I think she has brought so much love and spread so much to the people around her. So I can't wait for her to share. Going to share a little short clip on the first time we've met her and also today. Sorry, Jenny.
The connection a bit.
Can you hear me? Can I hear you?
Right. The connection a little bit bad. Yeah.
Oh, I can hear you. I can see you. Okay, but no worries. Great. I hope the video would be something that you guys enjoy. It's actually our media launch that we've done 1 year ago on October 25th. So yeah, let's just connect there. I just want to share with you guys if you're not there with us.
Hello everybody, my name is Michelle Tay. Everybody knows me as 意大利。你觉得我够不够大力？
And I'm a freelance actor. Really well-run event, very cozy venue as you can see. They lined up a good host of activities for us.
It has been really inspiring, especially with all the panel speakers, their stories, and they are very into empowering more women.
came from KL to support Michelle, Melissa, and Jenny because I was always looking for good communities to support other women, and I think it's a great initiative because women need to support women, and when women support each other, great things happen.
Well, from my face, you can know already. Today's event is real power. You can see the love, everybody, regardless female or male, we are all like one family. Okay? Yeah, I can see love everywhere. Love.
Hi, I'm Cherise and I'm Mrs. Asia International 2016.
Hello everyone, my name is Benjamin, also known as Chocolate Crystal on Instagram and all my social media.
I think this event is really very successful and very informative.
And I get to speak to all of them like mothers and all, and I learned a lot today and I definitely had lots of fun.
Congratulations to Melissa and Jenny for setting up this wonderful platform, the Ladies Queue.
Connect with the Ladies Queue. They'll be there for you. They'll be there to support you. They'll have a lot of events.
Events that I also believe in, I'm more than happy to take part and also to support them, either by sharing them on social media or even by taking part in them myself.
If you need me, I got time. I will sure come and attend your event. Where to find me? Easy. Michelle Italy. You know my Instagram, right? Jenny also know me. So, if you get any gathering, I'm free. I'll sure come and stop by, okay? Love, we must support each other, okay? Mwah.
Yay, and that was what we have done 1 year ago. So without further ado, I'm going to bring Hannah in. Hello, Hannah.
Hi,
Today.
Hannah. Yes.
Oh, wait, just a moment. I think your mic is muted. Okay, I got you. Okay, yes, I can hear you.
Hi everyone. I was just going through YouTube and I can't see the comments on Facebook, but YouTube, just wanted to say hi to Ashraf, Philip. I hope I didn't miss out on anyone. Jen. Yeah, and everyone who's tuned in. I know from our Instagram online family, Christina, Paula, they're all tuned in. So I just wanted to say hi to everyone and thank you so much for having me. I'm actually super nervous. If you can measure my heartbeat, it's going like this right now.
No way.
Yeah.
I want to say a big thank you to Paula as well for arranging this session for us. And yeah, it was good to have met her just a few days ago. And thank you, Hannah, for being here with us. If you don't mind, I can share with you that your dashboard, you can see the comments as well. On your right side, you will be able to click on comments section and you'll be able to check out everyone's comments.
Right, okay. Sorry, noob here. Okay, so we've got Zoe. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
I'm Janice, Eunice, Ashraf, Jacelyn, Annette, and I hope I didn't miss out on anyone. Grace.
Yes, you got it. You got all names. Thank you all for coming to join us tonight. There's so much we want to learn from you, Hannah. We've understand like from your website and your background that you have gone through so much. Like, could you share a little bit more about yourself?
Perhaps you can do a quick intro.
Yes.
Yeah. For those who, you know, yes.
I'm Hannah. I'm an introvert, and really, there's nothing interesting about me. What's interesting about more interesting about me is the community of people that I surround myself with, and I like to call them my family, Instagram online family. So my family online and offline, and Jenny and Melissa are two amazing people that I have had the opportunity of meeting last year, exactly in October. And that was when that was on my birthday, and that was I will always remember that. And that was when I actually had a meal with Michelle after, and she gave me this for my birthday as well. So 25th of October last year. This reminds me of the ladies' queue.
Thank you. Thanks for your love. Thanks for your support.
No, and I met,
It was so beautiful, the brochure.
Yeah, and you guys whipped up a birthday cake for me, like on the spot, and I was so touched. Two amazing women. So ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are watching, hi Philip, Zoe.
Zoe, the message very long.
Wow, Zoe, your message is so long.
Let me take
Zoe,
it out. You see.
yeah. I
Oh,
won't
but
be able
we
to stay long. Yep. First question, how do you stay so bubbly? Okay, we'll just do a screenshot of that. And the second question, when you feel down, what's the third thing? Okay, love language. Final question. That's a lot of questions, Zoe.
That's a lot.
That's a start, huh?
Yes, she
Zoe,
was an IG live today at 9:30. So
Yes,
I think
yes.
we should give her her answers.
yeah. So Zoe is the baby whisperer. I met her as a baby whisperer,
SG
and
super.
the sleep expert. And from the first time I met her, there's this vibe about her. She's got such a gentle and quiet spirit that that there's so much love in her, and you can tell that she's a genuinely nice person. So Zoe, thank you so much for your questions. Hi Atika, Philip. Okay, so what should we do, Melissa? I'm gonna follow your
We
lead.
go through one by one. Anyway, later this can be watched replay. So definitely her questions will be answered by you late from step to step.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll follow your lead.
Melissa will take 30.
So we've prepared some questions for you. We would like to find out more. How does an introvert like you become who you are today?
With mistakes and a lot of forgiveness from the people around me. With a lot of grace from the people around me, most importantly. Yeah, I'm not an easy person to love, but yeah, I'm very grateful for all the people around me that keep forgiving me and allowing me to grow. Hi, Charmaine. So I I always believe that we are a culmination of the books we read, the content we consume, the 5 people that surround ourselves with. So whether it's online, offline, the 5 people that we spend the most time with on average. And I also believe that we are what we eat. I've been through quite an exciting health journey. You know my story, from all sorts of health issues. I wanted to be a doctor when I was young, and that never happened. Thank goodness, because I would have killed a lot of people. In a good way, I think life, or for those of you who believe in God was kind enough to entrust me with all these stories, from all the health complications that I've been through, from brain tumor to my ovarian cyst, almost losing my voice, almost losing my eyesight, almost losing my hearing, and everything else. So from those journey, I learned a lot about health, and I got to meet a lot of interesting doctors who taught me a lot of things, and pointed me in the right direction to research on biohacking and things like that, methylation cycle and all that. So in a way, I got to study a lot about health. I may not be a doctor today, but I'm just hoping that somehow or rather, through the journey, through meeting different people along the way, I would be able to relate to them at some point with some common ground, be it through the health challenges that I've had the opportunity to experience, or the failures in life, secrets of my failures, I would like to call it. Not my failures. So, it's always cheaper to learn things secondhand from other people's mistakes.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that my humble experiences would be able to help those people who are going through similar things in life today, so that you don't make the same mistakes that I did, and you could probably shortcut the entire process. So I used to wonder why, when things were rough, I used to ask God, why me, and why did you choose me to have to go through one thing after another, and will the storms ever end? How people when they start a character building season, you go through a lot of content and you look for inspiration to keep you afloat and kind of going through those seasons, hoping to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And you read a lot of quotes. That's why I have a lot of quotes to keep me going. And I try to draw inspiration from books and try to learn from other people. But I realized that what if it wasn't about looking for the end of the tunnel, looking for the light at the end of the tunnel? You know, they say this too shall pass, right? Like the storms will pass. But what if we find a way to find that kind of peace and joy in midpoint of our story, not looking to speed it up so that we can get to the end of the story. I don't know if that makes sense.
I have the same thought.
Instead of rushing to the end of our story, what about us being here at midpoint and not looking for the light at the end of the tunnel, but looking for a way to find the eye of the storm, so that in spite of all that's going on around us, because challenges are not going to stop. And if we are strong, situations are going to just get tougher, because life is built in such a way that it's designed to make us stronger. And instead of looking for that, or one day I will be pain-free, or one day I will be problem-free, instead of looking towards that, why don't we find people that are in their midpoint of their story and hold each other's hand and try to stay calm together in that eye of the storm, find that eye of the storm. In every storm, we find that eye, so that no matter what turbulence is going on around us, we're able to be calm, find peace, and be happy, and to have enough love and joy to be able to feel not just our growth, but the growth of the people around us. So I'm not sure if that makes sense. That was what I was
here.
It makes total sense. Jenny, you wanted to share something?
No, I'm just saying that whatever Hannah said is really the same feeling and thoughts that what we have. That was why we wanted to create a community to hold everyone together, especially the ladies in the modern world.
I completely agree.
And I admire what you have got. You have taught yourself how you're going to go through that, because as an introvert, there are actually things that you have to overcome it yourself. I mean, in life we have to overcome everything ourselves. But I think that when you have that gratitude, that support in terms of walking that tunnel together with people, it helps so much. I don't think it's just introvert, but introverts as well.
Sorry.
Let's go through the comment section. I think I've seen quite a number of comments. Hannah Tan is so inspiring. Love when she shared the art of kintsugi.
Yes.
What is kintsugi?
Okay, in Japan, when a precious object breaks, it is most people would typically discard it, right? But in Japan, it is artistically mended and intentionally mended with liquid gold or silver. So the final product of that mending, where you fill all the cracks with that liquid gold or silver, the final product of that, it actually appears to be more beautiful than the original piece.
Wow.
So life is such that it's not about not having any cracks. The more cracks we have, the more we can feel, and that becomes a masterpiece in its own.
Right.
And a lot of successful women I know, a lot of strong, successful women I know started off as a broken girl. And I think instead of looking to be that perfect super babe or superhero, I think it is embracing the brokenness of us. So the more broken we are, the bigger the potential to be a masterpiece that can never be replicated. So that was the art of kintsugi that I discovered, and which I kind of remind myself every day, because I told myself I'm so broken, inside out, my body is broken, and I have so many challenges. Who's gonna love me, and can I even love myself? But then when somebody mentioned 𝐓𝐮𝐞𝐬𝐝𝐚𝐲. I read about it and I said this completely makes sense.
Yes.
So
If you're able to go through pain, that makes you stronger, and that also makes you more beautiful. I think that's something that we all need to have that in mind, because if we are afraid to go through that pain or to go through hardship, then we will never be able to reach a new level.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
All right, as we're sharing this, if you like what you're hearing, please make sure you click the share button, and of course subscribe to our YouTube channel if you like what you're seeing. And yeah, spread the love like how Hannah is doing. So I hope all of you can.
I can also welcome you guys to actually come and chat with us. Put down your concern, your questions, your thoughts under the comment section. Hannah and Melissa and myself will actually reply you after our chat session.
I've got one interesting question from Zoe. How do you find time to post comments on IG and reply to most people? You're just amazing.
Yes.
I'm not amazing, but I work with an amazing team of super babes. They're tuned in today too, so I just want to quickly do a shout out. For those of you from our online family, you would have recognized Christina, Ruby Red Slippers, and Paula, and people like Charmaine, Wawa, Atika, Ting Ting, to Grace. We've also got Jamie who's watching, Sinyi, Alana, Joe. I'm not sure if you made it, but you know, these people, that keeps the family going. And how I come up with content is I like to take the average of, you know, sometimes during the week we have conversations with friends or people, and they share what they're going through. And if 2 or more people share about the same thing, I decide to put it in a post, because it seems that we're all going through similar things.
Right.
So it's so strange, because you know, life gives us what we need most practice in, and we think most times that we're suffering alone, but we don't know that someone else is going through the exact same thing. And
in fact, we are not alone.
Yeah, we're not alone. And sometimes we just scared to share, or shy to share, or we're not sure how people will respond when we share. So I guess at first, and maybe it's an introvert thing. I don't think extroverts have that apprehension. I don't know. Maybe the extroverts can share.
Melissa can share more.
I'm an extreme extrovert. I kind of love attention. I like it when people talk to me. So I love being on the stage. I love to you know, just get, when you're on stage, you have the limelight, and you get the attention. So I guess that's something that I enjoy. I don't have much fear doing that. So yeah, but
I'm
I
the
agree.
opposite of Melissa.
Me too.
Yes, and in fact, when we are doing the rebranding, you know, we did the video whereby I have to speak, and I'm telling her that, oh, can put me the last one at the back and don't need to be the front facing. She said that, well, Jenny, you have to be the front lady, you know. But I'm like, oh my God, the anxiety, the heart bouncing rate is like so fast. Yeah, and I say that, no worries, I'm nobody. So long as you guys shine, I will feel happy. That's it.
I completely understand how you feel, Jenny. I think, Melissa, you should be doing the session today about stage fright and all these things, not me, you know. My heart is like just going, Hannah, I don't know what to say, and you know, so I'm completely nervous right now. I know it's just I'm just talking to a camera, but the fact that the people are watching makes me nervous. So yeah, I clearly have a lot to learn.
But you are also true. When you have brought yourself out there, you stood out with a comfort zone. I think that means everything. Honestly, not everyone can do that.
I think if I can hide it well enough, I think anybody can. I'm still not over it. So yeah, when you mentioned about, you know, we talk about stage fright, in my heart I was like, ooh, I still am not, even after 20 years of being in the industry, I'm still not over it. And every time before I go on stage or when a job is confirmed, true story, my husband knows this and the people closest to me know it, that when a job is confirmed, let's say if the job is confirmed or the engagement is confirmed a month before, for that entire month, I would be constipated. I would be an insomniac. I can't sleep. I would have difficulty breathing. I would have gastric acid reflux and all sorts of things, headaches. It's crazy. And before I have to go on stage, like, okay, I can feel it coming now. You see, like I'm talking, right? You're putting me on the spot and see the camera's just on me, put everyone back on. So I feel like throwing up, and my natural instinct is just, I want to run off the stage. I just want to hide. I just want to throw up and hide. And, my hands are shaking and sweaty palms and everything else until today. So I never got over it, but I just learned to prepare better and to mask it a little bit better. But what I learned is that my greatest weakness, which was my lack of self-confidence and everything else, there's a long list of weakness I have, but my greatest weakness was my greatest asset, because the fact that I had so little talent meant that there was so much room for me to grow. And because of my lack of talent, what I would do is I would spend like 10 times more hours on preparation, my research. I would spend like 10 times more hours on memorizing my script, preparing the content that I was going to do. And I would spend like days, sleepless nights, just going through my script, like verbally. I record myself, I listen to it, I script it out, and I even do mind maps. So people that work with me. So this is me. I have a horrible memory, and I do all sorts of things just to try and make it work. I realize that when we become overcommitted, that's when the magic happens. Exactly. So for all those of you who have been in my shoes or in my shoes, just remember that our greatest weakness can always be our greatest asset. And if you think about it, after all these years, I realized that I do not ever want to be in a place of total confidence, a place of total comfort again, because I know that that's when I'll be complacent and I'll stop growing. And I never want to stop growing, because I want to just get better and to be able to grow with all these people, wonderful people in the community. So so I hope that helps. It's not about overcoming certain things or getting over that hurdle or just finding that light at the end of the tunnel. It's just finding that sweet spot in the eye of the storm, that you are completely calm and you find your happy place and you're contented. And that's when you wake up every morning with a smile on your face. And even for me, like I wake up in pain almost every day, but because I remind myself that I have so much to be grateful for, I start my day that way and I am so much happier, and everything else becomes irrelevant, because I realize that, hey, I'm in a much better place than I was 10 years ago, and I have the things that other people are praying for. We have, like food, Wi-Fi, and the comfort of home. I slept in my own bed. I woke up with water to drink and everything else. So we have so much to be grateful for. And I think waking up and starting the day in a posture of gratitude makes a whole lot of difference. And
yes, I totally agree. I really do.
Well said.
I remember when you shared the amount of preparation that you have, a Chinese phrase came to me. I'm not very good with Mandarin, but 台上1分钟，台下10年功. And it's exactly what you have. Jenny, am I good?
Wow. Okay, Jenny, subtitles for
I
those who
have
don't
a
understand
personal
Mandarin.
questions to ask.
Yeah,
Hannah,
sure.
is
Yes,
your
Jen.
spouse extrovert?
Sorry?
Is your partner an extrovert?
My husband Brian is an introvert. Well, I don't know. He says he's an introvert, but I have a suspicion that he's lying to me. No, just kidding. He's gonna watch this and he's going to pinch me. But anyway, we'll deal with that later. No, he's I think he's an ambivert because he does most of the talking in our outfit, and he's better with people. I'm a bit more. I'm very socially awkward. So I don't know. So I guess you have to meet him someday, and
I would love to.
You just need to stop him from talking because he can't stop talking.
We were supposed to meet you in KL
Yes.
probably this year, but unfortunately because of COVID-19, we couldn't head over to KL to pay you a visit. In case you don't know, Hannah is not in Singapore; she's in Malaysia, and we're having this virtual meeting, which is amazing because of technology. So, if you have any questions to Hannah, put into our comment section, and also don't forget to like, share, and comment if you've got anything you would like to share with us as well. So, I've got one question here. With so much that's going on in your life, how did you deal with the stress? I'm sure you're facing a lot of stress. In your day basis, because I think more and more people are facing stress right now, and you also call yourself a millennial stress manager. So could you tell us a bit more about that?
Dealing with stress. I think stress is inevitable in our world today, and with the incorporation of the digital aspect to life, I think millennials struggle even more with stress. I think depending on where we are in our lives, we deal with different types of stress. And generally, I may not be able to address all of them, but generally, how I like to approach stress is I've learned to do two things. First, you need to identify it, so articulate it. What I like to do is in every character building season or every character building situation I find myself in. Say, for example, I'm, having some issues at work. So I open a notepad on my phone and I basically type out, number one, articulate it. So what I do is I note down, I journal how I feel. I define the situation, what part of the situation makes me feel stressed. So I journal it and I try to put it into as much or as many words as I can. And then after identifying what the stress is, then the second thing is obviously to see how to manage it, because I realized that after dumping it all down on paper or exporting my thoughts, I realized that the stress intensity shrinks because it's always more stressful in our head, right? But when we share it, that's why they say a problem shared is a problem halved. When you share it, when you articulate it, then you're able to quantify it. And when you quantify it, then you realize that, hey, it's not so bad after all. So after you articulate it, the second thing I like to do is to learn how to manage it. So managing it by understanding from the things that I've articulated in point number one. Number two is, what is this trying to teach me? So what is this situation trying to teach me? Is it trying to teach me how to manage this this type of personality of people a little bit better? Or is it something that I have to deal with personally? Maybe it's I'm being more self-centered. That's why I'm feeling more irritated or frustrated with the other person, because I want people to conform to how I'm thinking. Could it be that I'm being selfish? So should I work on being more selfless, or could it be that I'm not able to let go? So what is this situation trying to teach me? And by identifying that, the sooner I identify that, the sooner I'm able to understand that lesson, master it, and level up. Of course, it's easier said than done, because it's not going to disappear after one notepad. Yeah, but something my husband said made a lot of sense to me. A lot of people say practice makes perfect.
Right.
But Brian, my husband, says it's actually not true. Practice makes permanent. So we practice the wrong thing. Like he says that, people play golf, right? But sometimes they go to the golf course, but they practice the wrong thing and they never get better because they're practicing the wrong thing, right? So what we practice makes permanent. So being able to wake up with every new day and facing the same challenges. I don't know if you've encountered the problem of if you meet the same type of profile of people that keep irritating you, or you find yourself in situations that are similar over and over again, or some people date toxic people, the same type of toxic people again and again. So we find ourselves in similar situations again and again, and we wonder, like, why do I keep attracting these type of people or these type of problems? But if you think about it, life gives us what we need most: practice in. So if we haven't mastered the lesson that level has to teach us, then we can't level up. So the sooner we can identify what that challenge or character building season is trying to teach me, the sooner I can level up. And if you think about it, life presents the stresses of life is more often caused by people rather than situations. If you think about it, it's even if at work, some people, they dread going to work because they complain about work so much. But it's not actually the workload that stresses them out more often than the people behind that workload. Maybe it's a colleague or a boss that's annoying them, or the way they feel they're being treated, because emotions play a very big part in stress. And as we go on with life, or as we mature, or as we go through one character building season after another, we realize that each season there is a type of personality of people, that a group type of personality of people that we will learn how to work our way around, to love. And then when they no longer, when we learn to love them and accept them for who they are, then they don't no longer become a problem. I'm not sure if I'm articulating it right. I'm not very good with words.
Yeah.
Then the next character building season comes along, and then you come across another profile of person that you says, oh my God, does the world even have people like this? Like how can people like this exist? Sometimes you ask yourself. So instead of trying to understand them, maybe it's us. It's a reflection of us. That we haven't fixed. Because more often than not, the things that irritate us in someone else is something that is in us that irritates someone else that we haven't fixed.
Yes.
And if you think about it, if you've been hurt before, by someone, a friend or someone that you've trusted, could it be that we have been in a position that we have done the same to someone else? That part of us that we've not corrected. Does that make sense?
It makes. It makes sense.
Yes.
A lot of times it's a mirror that
It's a two-way.
It's a mirror that we sometimes don't want to see, because we don't want to admit that it's our problem, because we always think that it's that person's problem. So learning and understanding. So I realize that life is all about learning to manage and handle different types of personality of people, and learning to love them for who they are. How do you love difficult people? I mean, it's easy to love nice people, because nice people are easy to love. It doesn't take a good person to love a nice person. Even bad people can love nice people because they're nice, right? So it is the extraordinary people that have been entrusted with situations of difficult people. And if you find yourself in a position where you're surrounded with difficult people, then congratulations, you are indeed an extraordinary person. Not everyone can love these people. And I think that's what life is all about. We exist because of love. We exist because of relationships, community, and we're not born to live in isolation. no matter how much of an introvert we are. And I was in denial because I thought, oh, because I'm an introvert, so I don't have to talk to people, I don't have to interact with people. And isolation was good for me because during the COVID pandemic, we were all isolated, and I was like, whoa, yay, I don't have to go out, and I don't have to talk to people, and I don't have to,
You're wrong, eh? Ended up introverts have to talk more.
no, right? So it's so strange. But yeah, I that's what I learned about stress. So introverts and extroverts approach it very differently. But the essence of it is I've learned that try to articulate it, learn how to manage it, and identify what is stressing you out. And a lot of stress is caused by situations where there's a lot of uncertainty. We are stressed by what we don't know. We are stressed by what we're not confident about. We're stressed by what we don't have. Sometimes our personal ambition can get in the way because we're stressed by what we are chasing and we don't have. So could that stress, the root of that stress, be discontentment in life?
Yes.
Could the root be? It could be 101 things. So it's for us to sit down and identify it. And then try to find a solution and find a rhythm in trying to manage the daily stress. Because stress we're gonna face it every day. So find the rhythm every day. How you're gonna wake up and what is your routine? So practice makes permanent. So every day we get a chance to work on getting better at managing that particular problem. So it's not going to disappear entirely, and we are going to face that problem until it no longer becomes a problem.
Yeah.
So whether or not we will have to face it. So just going into depression and wanting to commit suicide, I found myself in that position many times. I realized that wasn't the solution, because if I disappear, then that irritating person is just going to irritate someone else, right?
It doesn't solve the root of the problem.
Right, you're right. So practice makes permanent in the sense that today, this situation may not irritate me as much as yesterday. And tomorrow the situation is still going to be there, but it will affect me less and less and less and less as I get better and better and better at managing it, as I grow and as I fix something in me, that needs to be fixed. And we stop attracting certain situations and people when we heal the parts of us that once needed them. So, hope that makes sense.
It does. We have a comment by Grace saying that it's so true and it's an impressive articulation. So everyone got you.
I'm terrible with words, so guys, thank you so much for bearing with me.
I so agree. The love principle. Yeah, we agree with that as well. And also, Christina took over from YouTube.
Yeah. This is Christina, Ruby Red Slippers, our chief angel from Instagram. Thank you so much, Christina. I just also wanted to say hi to Elvin, Stanley, Grace. I hope I didn't miss out anyone. Jacelyn. So
if you guys are here, click the like, share, and comment button, and then head over and post your questions if you have any for Hannah, because we've got only 15 minutes left, and I've got questions prepared for her as well. So
sorry, okay.
Three ladies put together, we can go on for hours. And with the I'm sure we can go on even longer. So I've got another question. Do you feel that there's a need to talk to someone when life doesn't go the way we expected? And I believe the answer is yes. You mentioned that when we share, we can actually show people that vulnerable side of us, and that already releases some of that stress or that burden in us. So anything else you would like to add on for this question?
I think sharing, different people approach it differently. Some people are impulsive, some people are explosive, so it depends. However that helps, some people like to share with other people. Some people that believe in God, they share it with God because they think God can understand. Some people do meditation. It's finding what works for you. And I think that's why our online family on Instagram exists, because it's a space where sometimes you are not sure whether you want to share and you're not sure if someone gets you, but you just want to be in a community of people where you feel accepted and not judged. So it's finding your tribe, finding your community, finding the space that you feel comfortable in, and reaching out. Yeah.
You start the hug party as well for these reasons, because I know that you have a hug party on Instagram.
Yes.
I always wondered, how did this hug party start?
Would you like to share a bit more about this hug party?
It's well, many years ago, more than 10 years ago, before Instagram started, we did something online called a family hour, where people in the community that we connect with, we just come up like this, we share ideas and thoughts and just connect for an hour. And then Instagram came about, and as the community started growing, I realized that there's a lot of introverts as well that may not be so comfortable having FaceTime like this. Sometimes we just want to be able to comment and being virtually present without having to show our face.
Right.
So there started the so-called hug party, where we allocate a time, and anybody who wants to join us virtually can just pop in, drop a comment, they can say hi, or they can encourage someone, they can share the story, or if you don't know what to say, sometimes, on the lowest of days, sometimes you really just don't feel like talking to anyone, you don't know what to say, you just want a hug, So I think hugs are beautiful because they were invented to let people know that we care about them and we love them without saying anything. And it's like giving someone a hug, sometimes you don't want a solution, just a hug will feel that it's okay, it's going to be okay, it's going to be okay, and you're not alone.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's all we need to know, and we need to hear that we're not alone. And when I was going through depression, different pockets of some of my lowest points in life, I realized that what I needed wasn't solution or answers, because in my head, I knew what to do, but it's just that sometimes when it gets really stressful, our emotions tend to overpower our intelligence.
That's right.
And that's why journaling and note-taking, like I mentioned earlier, is very important, because when we're not thinking straight, at least we have something to go back to and refer to and say that, okay, I'm feeling this way, and I remember that previously in this character building season, this was the lesson I had to learn, and I overcame it. And with this story, I was able to help someone that was going through the same thing, and kind of remind yourself why you started in the first place, and just remind yourself of that journey, of those speed bumps that you have overcome. And I think speed bumps are good because it helps us to slow down a little bit. Because if we keep running and running and running, we're just gonna be so burned out. So speed bumps, challenges in life are actually great blessings in disguise, because it helps us to pause and say, hey, you need to take a step back, because this is something that could give you room for accelerated growth. Because the bigger the challenge, the bigger the room for accelerated growth. And but speed bumps are a little bit tough because we want to get over them, but it's tough because you need the momentum, and having the right community of people to kind of push you, give that push on the bum and say, hey, you can do it, makes all the difference. And so, hug parties are for people that either have love to give or need love, or just want a hug, or if you have hugs to give, there's no discrimination, nobody's going to judge, and it's a safe space. So
we have a comment with regard to the hug party. So he said that it feels like we have an extended family virtually that truly cares for one another. So
you're right.
If you have not gone to any of Hannah's hug party, I just want to do a shout out. Hug parties happen every Thursday. Oh no, not every Thursday. Every Thursday.
Thursday of the month.
First Thursday.
Yes. So September 1 is coming up real soon, so we can all join.
Yes.
Another thing I love is Hannah, the birthday songs. The birthday
Oh, the croaking, is it?
I
The
find so
horrible singing.
heartwarming.
Really, I find it nauseous, like very nauseous. I see myself singing, it's like, Hannah, don't do it again.
I was looking forward in June. You did the birthday song. I was like, oh, my name is being mentioned, and I felt your love. I really felt your sincerity and love, and I want to thank you for that as well.
I look forward in December.
Yes, December. December when, Jenny?
20th?
Yeah.
20th of December. Same as Brian, my husband.
Oh,
Okay. I will, 20th of December.
Hannah's not gonna forget Jenny's birthday ever.
Never.
Thank you. Yeah, I just feel very warm, very heartwarming, very love. Whenever you mention all the names, and then without fail, you will do it like month after month, and I find that wow, that really brings people heart together.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I owe this to Paula and Christina to help keep the list in order and to be delivery angels for all the love. I would have burned out if it weren't for them. So I've got a great.
I
team
believe
for
in this. I'm very particular about remembering people's birthday. So all the loved ones, friends, business clients, I'll tend to drop them a note or give them a birthday meal, a treat. Yeah, some or a little surprise. This is something that I want to do. Yeah.
That's great. We typically do it for the people we love anyway. So yeah.
Maybe as a but that might be an issue because I always forget people's birthday.
It's okay. I have the worst memory. That's why I put it on
I put it in my calendar.
Yeah, I put it on my calendar, my Excel sheet. I have a bad memory, so I have to write it down. So.
Exactly. So you were sharing a lot about how you tell yourself the things that you've been even just by stress, how you articulate stress and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
What do you tell yourself on a daily basis that makes you stronger?
Practice makes permanent. That's it. I think there are days where I sometimes it gets really overwhelming, and I start off my day 2 hours earlier than my usual routine, and I don't usually tell this to many people, but what I do is I just go into my room, a quiet room by myself, and I'm on my knees, and I'm trying to articulate how I feel, and I talk to God because I feel like I don't know how to. I feel that maybe talking to someone else, that person may want to help me, but don't know how to help me, and nobody would be able to fully understand. So I believe in God, and I just go on my knees and I just cry my heart out and just let everything out. And that's how I start my day. And I read a book. I call it my reference book. There's a really special book that I read, and I find answers in that. And after I offload, I empty myself out. It's like carrying a lot of bags on my head. We pick up a lot of bags, and I mentioned this before, like when we go through the day, like when you wake up in the morning, if you're married, your husband has a list of expectations, and you carry on that bag. He passes you a bag, and then your kids, they have things that they need you for, and they give you another bag. When you go to the office, your boss needs you to get things done, and your boss gives you another bag of things, burdens, and your friends, they offload things to you, and at the end of the day, you're carrying so many things on your shoulders, and it gets really heavy, and sometimes you just have no strength to go on. But you realize that, hey, it's only 24 hours, and tomorrow you have more. So if you don't offload that, then you're not going to be able to run the next day. So the idea is to start light, and I like to. I think there's no shame for those people that are able to let out their emotions in tears, and I think it's our body's way of healing. Sometimes we don't know how to say or articulate it. Like for me as an introvert, I struggle with words. Like even now, just trying to explain it, it's all in my head, but to expose it into words that people can understand, I find it really tough. So sometimes in the morning, I don't know what to say. I just cry my eyes out, and I just feel that, okay, I'm empty right now. I said, just God, just give me enough love, joy, and energy and the peace for the next 24 hours for myself, and enough to give. So that's how I start my day, and I go through my list of I'm so thankful for list. I have a list of things that I'm so thankful for, and I keep expanding on that. That, like, if today I woke up with less pain in my head, my tummy, I have less discomfort in my stomach, my throat doesn't hurt, because I live with chronic pharyngitis. So every day I have a perpetual sore throat.
Yeah.
So it's whether it's more intense or not, and my head as well. So my whole body, I literally wake up in pain, and it's whether the pain is less or more. So if the pain is less, then I tell myself, "Ooh, I have less pain today," and this and that. I have water to drink. I have alkaline water to drink, and I'm able to go to the toilet. Sometimes I can't, or sometimes I'm down on in the toilet like this because it's so painful. But people don't see that, So for me, it's like, if I have less pain in the day, and if I'm able to do certain things, if I'm able to eat certain things, I'm happy, and that's how I start my day, and that's why I'm happy most of the time, because I have so many things to be grateful for. I still have my eyesight, I still have my voice, I still have my limbs, and there's a lot of people that I have in my life that keep me going, and these are the people that I call my online family. That I look at their comments, and I feel the love, because these are people that are going through similar things, fighting battles on their own, but yet they still make time to show love. They still make time to encourage. They still make time to give, and this is what encourages me and inspires me on a daily basis. So every 24 hours, just reset. So for me, that's my rhythm. So I want to encourage everyone to just find your rhythm, whatever it may be. There's no one right or wrong answer, and it's just experimenting until you find your own rhythm and what works for you. So practice makes permanent, and every day we get better at being a better person. So just don't give up. The idea is just to keep moving, like a bicycle. There's no such thing as balance. I don't believe in work-life balance, because it's not like you need 10% of this, 20% of this, 50% of this. Balance is basically different ratios for different people at different stages of their growth. So balance for a mom, it's not if you're a mother of a newborn baby, you can't say that, oh, I need work-life balance. My baby is crying at 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm just going to say I don't want to work. You can't do that, because you've got a crying baby at 4 o'clock in the morning. So you just got to get up and attend to that. The same thing for an entrepreneur. If your business is crying out for help at 4 o'clock in the morning, you get up and you attend to it, because there's no such thing as work-life balance. Like after I finish work in the office, I go and go to the gym, or sometimes people don't have the luxury of going to the gym or socializing or meeting with your friends. So I think it's not about telling yourself that, oh, I need a break. It's learning to find pockets in the calamity that you're able to catch a breath and find that eye in the storm, where amidst all the chaos, you're still able to have that peace of mind and that joy and enough love to still keep on giving and giving and giving and giving and giving. So it's about sowing. And I read about this story about the parable of the seeds, that we have a handful of seeds in our hands, right? So we have 5 seeds, and especially in this time of the pandemic, where people are losing their jobs, resources are scarce, and a lot of people have to do extra and more for the same amount of pay, or they have to do more and get less. So say we have 5 seeds, our resources, 5 things that are limited to us, it's very precious to us, but if we keep it, then we get to keep our seeds. If we hang on to it, then we get to keep it. But if we let go, then those seeds can be sowed to the ground. And when you sow seeds, right, you are promised and guaranteed a harvest. But of course, it takes time, because when you sow seeds into the ground, it takes time for the seed to grow. And I always like to remind myself that the process of growth is very slow at the start. And even
not
after
all seeds grow.
You're right. And after a tree has grown, right, can you imagine the last thing to grow on a tree is what?
Fruits.
Yeah, right. So that's what we want, and that's the end goal. So sometimes we lose sight of it because we think, we throw the seeds and I want the fruit immediately, but that doesn't happen. So when we understand how sowing and gardening works, then we will understand that when life gives us challenges and we put an effort to it, whether it's, our fitness goals, you're not going to get a six-pack ab, a flat belly in one day or 6 months.
Yep.
It takes consistency, it takes discipline, it takes commitment, and you just have to keep reminding yourself. So learning the art of contentment, learning to cultivate a posture of gratitude is very important, because it is our attitude in the waiting that determines how long we get to hold on to what we've worked so hard for. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Great sharing.
Yeah.
Yes.
So practice makes permanent, and I like the fact that if you are grateful, and you can even practice to be grateful, and that becomes permanent as well.
You're right.
I like how you have that I'm thankful list, because I have that as well. and I also add on because I think this what that I hold on to closely, and it keeps me on the ground. So I don't want to be overly uncontented, if that's the word. I don't want to be greedy, and that stresses myself and adds additional pressure over something that may not even mean a lot. So
You're right. You're right.
Okay.
Thanks for sharing, Melissa.
I've got one last question. Oh my God, overrun already. One last question.
Overrun.
Do you think women should come together and support one another?
Yeah, most definitely. I like to think about it as not just women, but when we look at organizations, we look at companies, we look at families, the same way it functions. So I like to think of it as women are like, a body, one whole body. So
Yeah.
in a body, you have different parts, right? You have the eyes, you have the nose, you have the ears, you have the hands, and you have the heart that you cannot see. You have the organs. So each of us are individual parts of a body. Different people have different talents. The eyes can only do what the eyes can do, and it's good for what it does, but it can't do what the hands can do.
Yep.
Hands can touch, show love, and the heart cannot be seen, but the heart is what keeps everything going. It's beating, and it's controlling the blood flow. So the heart can't say that, the whole body cannot function without me, because you need your eyes, you need the brain, and everything else. So if we understand that every woman has a unique talent, a unique gift to give, a unique skill to contribute, then then we don't think about it as a competition anymore. We don't judge another person or another woman by what they're able to contribute and how they contribute. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And when we take away that expectation from other women, then and we see it as we need each other to function as one whole beautiful body, then the process of accepting one another, the process of loving one another, the process of working together and supporting each other becomes easy, because we know that we can't do it without that person, and we need each other. So like an entire body, we need to function. And you know what? The beautiful thing is, especially in teams, in families, if we don't care who gets the credit, and so many things can be done, and so many things can be achieved. And I think that's the same for a community of women. If we don't care who gets the credit, or who so-called has more followers or more recognition, if we don't put that at the forefront, then I think the journey and the process becomes so much more rewarding and fulfilling. So think of it as a body, and I think most important thing, it's not easy because we're all humans. So I think the most important thing I keep reminding myself is to examine my motives and my intentions. So like even before I put up a post, I've made a lot of mistakes in the past, and so many people have been so forgiving around me, but I realized that now, I need to get better, right? Practice makes permanent. So I need to get better and better and better. So before each post, I tell myself, I ask myself, why am I putting this post up? What's the intention of this post? Um, and that kind of influences the content and how I write it. Because if my intentions are not right, then it is going to be very clear and obvious to our family and the people who read it. So when you look through different types of content, you can sort of tell the intent of the person, the intent of the author of a book. So the same way, I remind myself that it's so important that we examine our motives and our intentions. Why are we doing it? What is our why? And that kind of drives the objective, and when we are driven by the same objectives, the same values as women, then we achieve the same thing. So when we identify ourselves with the same objectives and the same values and the same principles, then our community becomes stronger because we exist for a common cause and something bigger than ourselves. Because if we think about ourselves only, then it's just no fun, because our world will just revolve around us. But the world doesn't revolve around us. The world revolves around you and all these people that are watching and all these people that make us us. So I'm not Hannah because of the things that I did or could have done in the past, but it's because of all these people in my life that define who I am, because I'm the average of all the people that I spend time with and all the content that I consume and all the things that I put in my mind, my body. So if I'm being stressed, then I need to evaluate my ecosystem. Am I spending time with the right people? And are my conversations with other people about the right things? Because if I'm talking about other people in my conversations, then perhaps I need to learn how to steer my conversations properly, or I may need to change circle, because you can't talk butterfly language with caterpillar people, right? If your season of growth is not in sync with the people that you're spending time with, then it's just not going to work out, and you're going to be even more stressed because people stress you out, right? So I think our ecosystem is very important. So that's what I've learned, and I hope that makes sense.
It does. And I'm going to practice, reviewing my ecosystem as well. And I think, and of course, I have to take notice in what I'm going to post on Instagram as well. There must be the right intention. And I think
but you guys are doing great.
It's a good night for all to have a reflection tonight.
So we have reached our time.
Over.
This conversation with us. I can't reply all questions. We haven't, even answered Zoe's question as well.
But rest assured, we will actually reply all the comments after the session and give us at least a 24 hours time frame. Yeah, we will definitely come back to you guys. If let's say you have any questions, can just put in the comment list. And we appreciate you guys spending your precious time with us, and especially for Hannah for sharing so much with us. Yeah,
it was really for having me. Yeah, thank you for being with us. Any final advice for our audiences tonight?
I think I just wanted to say thank you all, especially for all those people who are tuned in, and for all the comments that we see. I just want to quickly run through Paula, Atika, Grace, Vijitra, Elaine, Philip, Jacelyn, Grace Ng, Ting Ting Tu, Grace, Wawa, Jacelyn, Stanley. I hope I didn't miss anyone out. Christina, Matthias, Alvin, Zoe, Ashraf, everyone who tuned in and made the time, Charmaine. I think I would like to remind everyone that we exist because of the people that loved us enough to see beyond our faults and see us when we were invisible to everyone else. And I would not be here if it weren't for all of you and for Jenny and Melissa that entrusted me with this session. So thank you so much, ladies, and Melissa and Jenny as well. You guys are doing an awesome job, and I am inspired by your commitment to this community. And I think, ladies, we need to support each other. Not just ladies, but men too. We have gentlemen here. Extroverts, introverts. So just keep up the good work and just continue to support one another and encourage one another. And don't be afraid to share your story because we may think that our stories are insignificant, but there's someone out there that can relate to our story. Even if it's just one person, one follower, you have made the difference. So
yeah. The
Thank you, Hannah.
Thank you so much.
Just final shout out, follow Hannah. You can see her Instagram account online. And also, if you like to head over to a hug party, it's happening very soon on the first Thursday of September. So virtual hug to Hannah and to all of you. And next month for our meet and greet. Thank you for joining us in the month of August. See you.
Good night, everyone. Good night, all.